Good morning, my natural beauties. This is Stephanie Keenan Ray, and I actually wanted to come to you and show you for real what my skin looks like on a horribly cold New England day. I woke up and I have a thing called perioral dermatitis, which means around my eyes, nose, and mouth, I get really dry, irritated. It tends to flare up in the cold weather. Stress also plays a role, diet plays a role, lots of different things play a role. Presently, I think it's really just the weather because we keep having this like roller coaster of cold, warm, cold, 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 snow, so the air gets dry and it just wreaks havoc on my skin. In all honesty, it's kind of interesting because I do a lot of layering of serums and creams and things throughout the day. So I'm conscious of the fact that my skin doesn't feel right and to me doesn't look right. And there are certain days when it absolutely doesn't look right to anyone. But then there's other days where, like the other day I'm in the spa and I said to a client, this dry weather is just making my skin feel like it wants to fall off. And she's like, oh, well, it looks beautiful. And so I just wanted to show you what I actually do, because if you look closely, you can see I woke up, just the skin was just all dry and irritated right here. This is like a little spot that just keeps kind of peeling around my eyes. You can see is like puffy, red, dry, irritated. I've got some like irritated spots. Like my forehead is just literally itchy and scratchy. It's not fun. So I figured there might be other people who are kind of going through what I'm going through, and I wanted to show you what I do so that you have a better understanding of how to care for your skin. And also, if you work with me, I can customize it to what your specific skincare needs are. We can identify if there's other factors playing a role in your skin outbreaks. Right, like I said, for me right now, I definitely think it's the weather. A couple of weeks ago, it was a combination of weather and stress. But like right now, I'm doing a lot to like focus on bringing down my stress levels and maintain my energy and honor my skin and my body so that it's healthy and happy. This is a challenging time of year for me. So I just wanted to first show you the first step of my skincare routine is always I will pre-cleanse with an oil. So you could use just a plain oil. I literally have one jar that is just olive oil. But this one is a blend of olive oil with a little lavender and tea tree. If you look in my cabinet, I have like a million little jars of just custom blends that I make for myself. So not everything is a specific brand. There's a lot of, just custom made things. So I'm a do-it-yourself kind of girl. I just did a little like quarter size amount of oil. I don't know if you can see that. It's spreading in my hand. And I'm just going to first apply that, and it's a very low dose of tea tree and lavender. So this bottle I filled with oil. I only probably put 10 drops total of, a couple drops of tea tree, like very few tea tree and lavender. But this is a blend. The blend of lavender and tea tree is one that I use it a lot. I use it for my son if he's starting to feel a little ear sensitivity. If you rub it in the front and the back, you can, and then down the jaw and down the neck, it really will stop that ear pain in seconds. It's insane. So that it's also great for cleansing and healing the skin. The tea tree can be a little strong, so I always keep that on a more gentle dilution because I am a sensitive human. So my skin is sensitive. My skin is reactive. It can be tea tree can be very drying. So I don't want to over dry my skin, but I want those healing antiseptic properties of tea tree. So I'm only going to use a couple drops in that oil, and mostly lavender, because lavender is healing, soothing, calming, nourishing. And so when you're doing this, don't just be like, get the job done, right? Take a few seconds. Inhale that oil. Create yourself a 2-second skin ritual, like literally. And then rub it in. And what you're doing here with this oil is you're loosening up dirt, makeup, debris in your pores, while also, when you rinse it off after you cleanse, there's going to be an added softness to the skin, nourishment to the skin. The olive oil is going to feed the skin and nourish the skin. You could use any carrier oil that you like. Olive oil is just one that's a little bit less expensive, and it is really, really good for our skin. And when it's a pre-cleanse, why use a super fancy carrier oil that is just going to be washed off? So that's why I do that. And that's also why I only use I use a low dilution of essential oils, because you can use it on your whole face. You can remove eye makeup even when it's a very low dilution. If it's high, it's going to be too much, and you could get the essential oils in your eyes, and it's not pretty. But I still would use this to remove eye makeup, because if you think about it, if you get an essential oil in your eye, what do? You don't splash water in it. You use oil. You use a carrier oil to get that essential oil out of your eye. So if it's a very low dilution, it should not bother your eyes. If you have incredibly sensitive eyes, it might. So maybe you want to just pre-cleanse with just olive oil. That is totally fine and totally awesome. Like, I do it all the time. I have a jar in my cabinet. So next step is going to be to use soap. Or cleanser. So my cleanser, I love the Rose Bay soap from Earth Harbor. So it doesn't have any lye or anything like that. It's not a typical soap, shall we say. It's just a bar soap. So for me, it lasts longer. I keep it in a soap tray in the shower, so that it's easy to do normally when I am taking a shower. What I love about it is it has pink clay in it. So it's going to very gently pull out the impurities in your skin while nourishing and soothing, because it's made with like coconut oil and a couple other oils. And then also it smells divine, because it smells like roses, like real, pure, beautiful roses. The ingredients in this soap is so wonderful. There's really not very many, and they are 100% pure and natural, vegan, organic. Like, you guys know I love Earth Harbor. And so what I do is I just wet this, you can see, and then I've got plenty of lather here. But yeah, Earth Harbor is incredible, and they literally check off all those boxes that people find important, soy-free, GMO-free, vegan, women-owned, sustainable. It's incredible. It's incredible. Earth Harbor is incredible. Go to their website, check them out. I will put a link. You can check them out. They're incredible. So one thing I like to do with this soap, because it has the pink clay in it, is once I get it on and really work it in, I let it sit for a minute. So I might go brush my teeth while I let this sit for a minute. Or if I'm doing it in the shower, I apologize, I was just rinsing the soap off my hands. If I'm doing it in the shower, I'll wash the rest of my body, keeping my head out of the water, so that the clay has a few minutes to really pull out those impurities. So I do let it kind of set for a minute. So I'm going to stop video for a minute, let this set for a few minutes, and then I'll come back. All right, guys, so I am back. I let the soap sit. You can just barely see it on the surface of my skin. There's just this film, but it's literally dry. So what we're going to do is use a face cloth with warm water, not hot. And first I'm just going to kind of place it so that it loosens and softens things. Okay. And then just gonna gently, you can tell I'm like not using pressure, just wiping the layer of Rose Bay off of my face. And so that didn't take long. And actually you can, the difference in my skin just from pre-washing and washing is actually, it feels so much softer. So I'm literally going to just kind of give it a pat dry just so I can feel it and have a look. So it's still a little irritated here. That's life in New England. But next step is the Rose Toner from Earth Harbor. Freaking love this. It's beautiful. It's got a little quartz crystal in there, and just spritz it. I will spritz my face with this throughout the day if it's very dry. It again smells divine, and it just gives a little nourishment, but also toner is super important because it balances your pH of your skin. If your skin pH is off, bacteria can grow, your skin barrier is compromised, so all sorts of things can happen. Really not what we want. Next step after toner is the special serums and things. So I have fun with serums. It's a thing for me. Two of my favorites right now, I'm loving Samphire. This is a really cool sea retinol, but it really creates a nice nourishing layer to the skin. It's very calming, soothing. So when I say it's a sea retinol, it acts like a retinol, but it comes from the sea. So it comes from, I believe, sea cucumber, and so it's gonna help, you know, hydrate, nourish, be anti-aging, and at the same time, it doesn't have the irritation and the sensitivity that retinols can cause for your skin, or vitamin A. It doesn't make your skin sensitive to the sun, so you could use it throughout the year. It doesn't make your skin sensitive to waxing. A lot of people forget about that retin A makes your skin incredibly sensitive. So when you wax and you're using a retinol, like if you came in for a brow wax and you didn't tell me, or I asked and you forgot that you were using a retinol cream, a layer of skin is going to come off. It's not a pretty sight. It's not a comfortable situation for you. So I honestly, with all the things that retin A can cause, like the irritations and the sensitivities, it can make your skin more sensitive. I would much prefer to see people using something like this, something that is a safe alternative, that's not going to irritate your skin. The other incredibly cool thing about this is it helps block blue lights. So from our devices, from our phones, from our screens, from our computers. So if you're in front of a screen all day, this is incredible because the blue lights also cause aging. So if you're focused on anti-aging and you want your skin to be beautiful and look good, this is one of your gems. This is an Earth Harbor gem that is divine. The other one is Aurora. So I love Aurora because it is vitamins for the skin. It is going to soothe and calm and feed my skin. It's going to pull down the redness. It's going to give remove the dull dryness and make it look healthy, and it not just make it look, but actually make it healthy and nourished. So this is amazing. This is a daily for me. I always use it. So we just take a little, I just use a couple drops. It's literally a pea size amount. That's the beauty of Earth Harbor. You don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. So I always focus the Aurora in the places of concern. So I always am going to focus on where my dry red irritation is. So like I don't get much on the sides. It's all right in here and also up here. I'm throwing things around. Now we're going to use our Samphire. Sometimes I use a little bit more Samphire. I might use a good amount, especially today where I really, this was extra dry today. This is a little extra irritated. I was wearing my glasses last night on the computer, so it's possible that is kind of irritation from that. I don't know. My skin is so sensitive. It's crazy. So a little bit of that. And then, so I'm a queen at layering. Like you could be good with just that and then throw a moisturizer on. Now, first off, I use oil blends as moisturizers on some days. Other days I will layer multiple things. Today I want my special blend, my special skin blend. And so you can see this is a favorite. It is a custom blend that I made of, you can see it's deep dark blue. It has blue tansy and DDR prime and lavender and frankincense and myrrh and I don't know. It's heaven. It smells so good. So this is another one of those skincare rituals for me where I take a second and I inhale it as I put it on, because that calming, relaxing aroma and soothing aroma is going to calm my mind, which in turn calms my skin, which in turn opens my heart and makes me feel amazing and ready to face the day. So, and then at night, this same aroma is so calming and soothing and relaxing, and I know it's going to nourish and feed my skin that I can then relax and go to bed. So it's really interesting how, you know, it's all about mindset. It's all about creating those little rituals. Right now that my skin is all slicked up, this would be a great time to use your gua sha stone for a minute, or the facial cupping. But right now I need to do a bunch of stuff, so that's not happening in this video. Again, my skin, so honestly, this feels great. Most days I would probably just go out like this. Where I had that really dryness and I know it's still cold out there, I am going to layer on a moisturizer. So I'm kind of in between. Do I use my shea butter, because shea butter is amazing? It's so soothing and nourishing. Or do I use, it's an old, I recycle all my jars. This is an old doTERRA cream jar that I actually just put coconut oil and then guacwood. And it is so calming and soothing. So yeah, the guacwood and the coconut oil is so wonderful and so easy to make. You can literally just, when you take raw coconut oil, if you let it warm up and get to be a liquid, you can then add whatever drops of essential oil you want in it. And then it will harden if it's cold, but come, you know, summertime or warm weather, it will liquefy. But honestly, when it's liquid, I just kind of dip my fingers in and rub it where I need it. Right now, if I just take a little, see, I'm really just going to use like a pea size amount. you'll see it starts to melt immediately into my hand. So once I got that, I'm just gonna put that in the T-zone, really, just to give, and my forehead's so dry, it's crazy. It's just gonna calm everything down. That is that. And then I think, because again it is cold out, I want an extra layer of protection. I am going to use some shea butter. This is an old shea butter blend from doTERRA that was a special a while back, but I love it so much and I like baby it. But again, just a tiny pea-sized amount. So shea butter tends to be a little harder, but the minute you put it on your skin, it starts to melt. And shea butter is a very rich, nourishing. So this I'm just gonna really put in the extra irritated spots down here. And it will not, a lot of people worry that it's gonna irritate your skin or make your skin clogged. Shea butter, cocoa butter, neither of those will ever clog your skin. And they're so rich in nutrients and beautiful nourishment for your skin that they are actually such a wonderful, useful cream and tool to use, especially if you live somewhere where you need that added protection. Like this right now, the shea butter just adds that extra protective barrier. So when I go out in the cold, it'll protect my skin. So that is why I did that. So I'm a little shiny right now, but you can see a lot has calmed down. This is going to still need a little bit of time just to absorb in all the nutrients, and then it will really hydrate up and calm down. You know, probably in about 20 minutes, it'll probably look really nice. And again, my clients today will be like, oh, your skin's bothering you? Love that. But yeah, this is the steps that I take to care for my skin when it is irritated, but also kind of the regular day-to-day. Just an extra bit of love today because of what's happening. And I wanted to share that for you so that those of you who have the same struggles know not only that I can help you, but that I know how you feel. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. I will share links and whatnot. So if you're like, I need to find out about this Earth Harbor brand, or I want to talk to Stephanie about oils, or I want a free skin consult, you will have all the ways to reach me, to find the things that you want. If you want to schedule a free consult with me, we definitely will go through identifying your skin type and looking at what your skin concerns are, setting skin goals, and I will give some suggestions of what is best for your skin. And then from there, what the best steps are as far as working with me. So please feel free to schedule a free skin consult. I am here to help you. All right. Have a beautiful, wonderful day. Hey guys, P.S. do not forget your SPF even in the winter when it is a beautiful sunshiny winter day and there is snow on the ground. That white from the snow reflects the light even more, so you actually have more chance of having sun damage. So you definitely want to use a nice SPF like Earth Harbor's Eclipse. One little pea-size amount will cover your face and protect you, and it is absolutely amazing.